And we'll stay with the events there in the Middle East for the next couple of minutes. Joining us live is Bishop Angaelos, the General Bishop of the Coptic Orthodox Church here in the UK. Bishop, a difficult time, obviously. Your thoughts at this time, sir?
Our initial thoughts are with the families who have lost loved ones and people who actually weren't there for any other reason but because of economic hardship were there to support their families. They come from rural communities, which means it's not just a family that's suffering, it's a whole village. And with the gravity of this and the number of people, it's affected the Coptic Church and I think Egypt as a whole. So our prayers are well and truly with them at the moment.
Affecting Egypt as a whole, can you flesh that out for me? What do you mean by that?
What I've sensed over the past few weeks with the parading of these poor captives on various Daesh videos was that there was a sense that this was happening to Egypt, and particularly to the Christians. I think we were coming to a sense of reconciliation and a sense of calming, but this has really brought back a feeling of pain and a feeling that there is still a lot to do before we can achieve more peace.
We can't, and of course we shouldn't, extract the religious component from the horrible events that have taken place over the past few hours, we think we understand. But it seems, looking in on the region, as if Islamic State and the people who align themselves with Islamic State have crossed a line here somehow, particularly with what we're talking about right now. It's as if they are now turning on the entire region, irrespective of who these people are and what religion they come from.
We're seeing a narrowing of perspective. To be approved of by Daesh, and I use the term Daesh because I find a difficulty in referring to as a state, because the states have systems and they don't do this. But it seems to be a very narrowing perspective of who is accepted and who is no longer a target. We've seen so many people lose their lives. Of course, this is very painful for us as a community. These are our children, but I feel just as much pain for foreign aid workers or Muslims in the region or Yazidis. So many people have been on the receiving end of this atrocity, and what we saw before this was a very carefully choreographed and produced video of these men paraded along a beach line with very well dressed oppressors and pan shots, and so it was done to actually instigate a sense of mental warfare and showing these off as precious captives.
If you were talking for your church to Islamic State, if there was somebody from Islamic State sitting here, what would you say to them?
I would say that any religion starts from a premise of a sanctity of life. And no matter what differences there are, this doesn't justify by any means the taking of a life, and especially so horrifically. I pray for them, and I pray that somehow hearts are touched. I'm sure that not everyone there is this callous. I'm sure people's hearts must be touched. The only hope we have is a sense of humanity again.
What if you're wrong, sir? What if they are that callous? What if they are that evil? Because this is not about religion. As for any right-minded thinking person realizes, it's not religion as far as they're concerned. It's something else. It's hate. It's a desire to destroy everything that everyone else stands for. But what if you've got that wrong? What if they do actually believe in what they're doing? Oh
no, I'm sure they believe in what they're doing. But I still have faith that even a small proportion may have a sense of humanity to call upon. Now, we're saying it's not about faith, but for them it is. And so therefore, it is up to people who are to teach them that this is not really the way they live their faith, to be able to do that as robustly as they can. For them, it is about faith. For them, it's defending their faith. But if we're saying it's not, then we need to address that directly and without rhetoric and without public comments.
And what do you want to get or to hear from the Egyptian authorities? Because the President is putting together this meeting at the top security body in Cairo very soon, we understand. What do you want him to do?
I don't think there's anything the Egyptian authorities could do as much as the British authorities could do in their British captives or the Americans. I think this is a matter that is there. I think we need to look at engaging with people in our own countries and to make sure that people here or in Egypt or anywhere else aren't going to further supplement and increase this wave of horrific violence. So just really a sense of calling upon humanity across the board so that we can find a solution and that no one is put through this pain again.
Bishop Angaelos, thank you so much.